All right, Megan, you had a question.
Yes. What if the cat in the cage is facing towards you instead of away from you, like, and you can't go from behind?
Right, you can't, you want what your goal is to get this over the head, but here they are right in front of you and you can't, they're not turning around.
So you
Okay,
can't hide it.
the cat who's facing you, and especially as you're coming toward the cage, if they're staying facing forward, this is a confident cat. Confident cats are always the trickier ones, right?
Yes.
Right, okay, so with a confident cat, I don't try to focus, so think of like, okay, so my catch is gonna be backward and that's okay. Like the goal is it's pretty much the same thing. Now, I would switch to more of a blanket.
Okay.
Just because that confident cat may also rise up and try to strike.
So for an extra
and
level.
try to go over. It's my little stuffed cat here. So the towel usually is not enough length and possible protection, you know.
Right.
So I like to hang on, I get my blanket here. So kind of like a child's quilt. It's about a good size. This one is a full size quilt. You could use a full size and it's thinner. You know, you can get a comforter and cut a comforter kind of a size like this. So you can see this is bigger than a bath towel and it's also thicker now, right?
Yes.
All right, well, you're gonna have pretty much the same idea, but now if the cat's facing forward and he does not start moving to the back, okay, baby, we really gotta block this whole square off. First thing you're gonna think of, I gotta block the whole thing off.
Okay.
So I'm now gonna bring this up so it's holding like this. See, this is why we shift to a blanket.
Okay.
Then you're gonna kind of peek over the top to see where the cat is, and usually they're still facing forward. In which case then, your goal is fine, I'm gonna go all the way over and get over his butt and use it. Maybe you can move the camera to see. Show here. Even if you pick up the tripod, that's okay. Okay, so when I'm doing this, I have enough length that is covering over the cat's body. Now you gotta be pretty quick on this one, where you're reaching all the way in and through, and you're gonna be using your body to block the rump as you now quickly are still gonna get your forearm, keep your forearms on the surface of that cage, and you've got them, same concept, holding together underneath the body of the cat. Granted, now the face is against my chest, not the rump, but it's okay because I've got him totally covered. Now he is backward, in which case I would say, get me a carrier, somebody, because we're gonna wanna drop him down into the carrier. Now, if we're going to a treatment table, we can do that, in which case I'm gonna pretend this is the surface of the table. I would take him down on the table, keeping my body in contact with his. Remember I said no gap? Because if I'm up like this, he's gonna come forward. Keep my body down, and now I'm gonna take my hand and just hold the neck here, and then I could rotate. So it's a tricky situation, but in that situation, I really think it's best to take the cat in the blanket into a large box carrier. And then from the carrier, we can do in-carrier exam techniques, get the cat in an examination room. There's no animals, it's quiet. If there's any escape, the cat will not harm themselves, okay? But when they're facing forward, then you go to the full blanket technique where we're blocking off the whole square of the cage, and you do a full cover, focusing on the same points. You get your arms underneath the whole body, but keep them very close into yours.